Oronde Gadsden. You know it's football season when you see Swagoo on First Take. I saw that this morning. And you know it's football season when you hear Oronde on our show. And he's with us now. Oronde Gadsden played receiver for the Dolphins. He was at Dolphins camp on Saturday. He was trying to get a loan from Tua Crowder. Right? He wasn't there to observe anything. He was actually, he had a couple of investment opportunities for Tua. So Oronde is on the Toyota of Hollywood hotline. So you're out there Saturday. Tua gets the massive contract. It's without question his team. OG, was there a vibe out there on Saturday? Did it feel like things were alive?
Obviously it's the first day of camp and everybody wants to see what's going on, and so he get to show me the money quote, and everybody was excited, and they went on to practice. Tyreek didn't practice, so that was, I guess, kind of let down for everybody. No deep passes. I think Waddle might have caught one or two, but other than that, it was practice as usual. First day, kind of crowded. It was hot, that's for sure. He didn't buy any outdoor air conditioning. So we still, it was practice as usual. And I think Mike McDaniel got some new stuff in his hair, though. He got some juices and berries in his hair.
Was he wearing a hoodie? Because that guy wears a hoodie. It doesn't matter if it's 125 degrees.
I think so. He had on joggers and a hoodie, I think. But he had his little juices and beer. I mean, he 167.
Yeah, but he ends up 133 after practice.
Yeah, that's his deal.
167 is being generous. I'm 165, OG. So no joke, he might be like 150.
Right. That's a pregame week.
He gonna touch double digits in that, son. He gonna be 98 after practice. Need an IV.
Man, it's hot out there. I'm pretty sure he get an IV after practice with long joggers on, long sleeve shirt. I mean, and he runs around a little bit. So he does lose a little weight.
I know it's early in practice, but anything new? Like now that we've seen the high flying stuff, we've seen the motions and the crazy shifts and all that stuff. We've seen all that. Is there anything new to see, or we know the offense now? We know it's going to be high flying. We know it was number one offense yards wise in the league, number two, points wise last year. It is what it is. Or did you see anything different?
Nothing different. I think they got a few new pieces. I didn't see, Odell. So got a few new pieces to the offense. I think, got a few of them coming back, and they're trying to integrate the younger guys into, the line. I think the depth of the line is going to be a big deal. Maybe more screens. They got the little running back from Tennessee, looks just as fast as everybody else. But I think the biggest thing for me was the defense, because I think personally, the defense took a hit, and I was looking to see what was going to be the biggest, I guess the biggest flaw in the defense, and it's a little, it's a little disheartening when you don't have those two defensive ends out there. And so when you don't see them and you got to, hold on. The secondary is impressive. The secondary is definitely impressive. If you can't get no pressure on the quarterback, how long can they really cover? They did red zone one-on-ones, and Waddle caught Ramsey one time. I mean, he gave him the oozy boozy and the bop bop. Ramsey was still standing there. Ramsey was still standing there, and Waddle had the ball in the end zone. So, it's kind of a tough deal. But the defense is what I'm going to be pretty heavy on watching, because the linebackers and the D line is pretty tough when you lose the people we lost. And not saying they didn't replace them with good people, but we knew what we had in the D line and the linebacker spots, and that's going to be the lowest grade on the team. I think those two positions.
Lower than the offensive line, OG, because I feel like we're heading into another year where instability on the O-line is going to be like a weekly conversation, aside from Tron Armstead flipping a coin if he's going to play that week or not.
Yeah, what helps them is the plays we run. It's Channing could I guess attest to this. They run a lot of scat. They run a lot of it's the offense is made to get matchups and one-on-ones. So if Tua gets the ball out on time, and if you rush and get through, and he can throw to a running back, and now the running back one-on-one on the linebacker. The whole line plays a big part, but if they're not running, if we're not running the ball effectively, if we gave the ball to Mostert or Wilson a few times and it's not working, we can always go to the pass, and the quicker the pass, it kind of covers up a lot of the inconsistency of the O-line. But the D-line, I'm telling you, man, without them two defensive ends, because I saw what's the defensive end that was, I guess it's supposed to replace Wilkins. What's the white guy name?
Oh, Zach Sealer.
Yeah, okay. He was playing end yesterday. And so, they got to switch a lot of things around because you don't have your two starting defensive ends. They hurt.
I was gonna say Sealer's not built like an end. He doesn't have.
I know, but that's what I'm trying to tell you. They got to mix some things around because they don't have those two guys. Those two guys probably, they may play, but they won't be ready and playing until, let's say the sixth game before we really get some, defensive end play. And the linebackers, you lost Thor with the long hair, right? And you lost Baker. So we got some other linebackers in there, and they speed. They're not your regular Crowder looking linebackers. They don't look like they two the back on each steal. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be a little different. There's some teams just gonna run the ball, and we're gonna see how that helps. But it's tough looking at the D line and linebackers right now.
OG, I did chew tobacco. I actually did, but you talking about I eat still because my teeth used to be messed up?
Man, what? That was before you got the chiclets put in. What about
Chop Robinson? I think they drafted. If Chubbs and Jalen Phillips weren't hurt, I don't think they draft Chop Robinson. You ain't seen nothing at the Chop. He ain't hit nobody with the Uzi Boozy.
No. Like when you see a defensive end, you want somebody to look the part. And for me, that's you see Max Crosby, you'd be like, okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He checked the box. He's a 6'6", 260. I can do everything.
Neck tattoos.
Chop not that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Listen, me and Chop could, we could get it together for a second. He a defensive player, so I'll fold after a while. But as far as the start, we're gonna start together. Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't see nobody like that imposing. Like Chubb, if you see Chubb, even out, walking with the number 2, you're like, okay, that's Chubb right there. You know what I'm saying? You can pick him out. Chop could play linebacker. Chop could play, fullback. Chop could play, so. Obviously he's gonna start it off, and just like everything else, you get a lot of plays. He's gonna make some good plays, but there's nobody that looks the part, with those two guys out. That's what I'm saying. Like you see Ramsey, you're like, okay, that's him, him, number 5, that's him. Chop is, that's the guy. Oh, okay, all right. We're somebody else. You understand what I'm saying? Like you first when you go on the field, you look for Tua and you look for Tyreek. Chop way down the list for the people I'm looking for.
Now you never know what'll happen towards the end of the season. He's a young kid, and we'll see what. I'm just saying.
Yep. Because we don't have those two defensive ends.
I got you.
He's in there physically. He's I overlooked Chop. Oh, there you go. Right, that's him. Oh, okay. Nat had to tell me that's Chop. Okay, all right.
Now Tua gets the contract. Then later Friday night, Jordan Love gets his contract. Which quarterback would you rather have going into the season, Tua or Jordan Love?
That's a tough question, and the only reason it's tough is because the offense we play. and this is the only way I can, make it right in my mind and justify it, is that because of the offense we run and the little guy that calls the plays, Tua is the best guy for that offense. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not sure if you put – I'm not going to say I'm not sure. I know Jordan Love wouldn't be good as Tua in our offense because it's a time in offense. It's, familiarity with how the person run the route. Jordan Love is, he's from the Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers ilk. I mean, he's throwing a lot off his back foot. I don't know if the back foot throws get there on time. You understand what I'm saying? But for us in the offense we run, I think to start the season, you need Tua. If Mike McDaniel's going to call the plays, I think you need Tua in our offense. And if 53 was the number, that's the number. You can't really go and say, hey, if we were running the I formation, drop back, if you take Patrick Mahomes out of Kansas City and say, who would you rather have in Kansas City, Tua or Jordan Love? Then I probably say Jordan Love because it's a lot of improvisation but if you the Miami Dolphins and you say who would you rather have at quarterback, I'm gonna have to go with Tua on that.
That makes sense. That's a good answer on that, which is based on Mike McDaniel's offense. It fits. Right. When you go through the Dolphins roster on offense, I mean, they should, if you believe in Mike McDaniel, I do, I believe you do, I know Crowder does, with this roster with Tyreek and Jalen Waddle and Odell Beckham and Jonnu Smith and Raheem Mostert and Devon Achane. Now, again, Solana brought up the offensive line, and that's obviously a key component. But on paper, and if you're a believer in Tua and Mike McDaniel, this offense should be able to put up some points.
Yeah, I mean, I think in my mind they're going to have to until the two defensive ends get back. But I do think, with the running back still, with Achane and everything else, don't leave out my dog Durham Smythe because he gets left out a lot. I know we got Jonnu Smith because I got a real vested interest in the tight end position because I know he on a 1-year deal. But so I think that obviously the offense is going to be dynamic, spectacular, and I know it's early, but I am going to go on the record to say we'll win the AFC East. And it's not, and that's tough for me to say at this point because I know going to Buffalo has always been a problem, but as bad as I think we took a hit on defense without those two defensive ends being hurt, and I know they'll come back at some point, so that'll help. I think Buffalo took a bigger hit than we did. And,
OG's never that positive, Crowder.
Never
going into the season.
Miami has the Dolphins.
Let's go.
I mean, it's tough. It's tough to say it this early.
Don't walk it back now. We loved it.
No, I just said I do think because of that, because of what you said, the offensive prowess we have, and with Mike McDaniel calling the plays, and I'm pretty sure he looked back over some things and saw some spots where he could have, done some things better, and I think he'll do it. I do think the offense will be hard to stop and put up a lot of points.
I'm with you, OG, but it's always that question of the Jets. Because Aaron Rodgers, Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson, now with Mike Williams, y'all rolling y'all damn eyes. I can see y'all on these computer screens. Bro, Aaron Rodgers? Okay. But that's the fear of my OG. Like, okay, Buffalo lost they lost half their star defense. We have their damn safety. Like, as they kind of step out the way, even though Josh Allen is still a very good quarterback, these damn Jets are kind of scaring me, bro.
Yeah, they scare you for the first 10 games. And they got a tough schedule. They schedule, they don't have a cakewalk schedule. They got some big dogs they got to play up front. Like first 10 games, pretty tough. And listen, everybody on their squad who really, who good beside Garrett Wilson, the receiver, they 40. Like I'm not sure they're gonna make it all 18 games, all 17 games. I just don't think so. Tyron Smith missed just as many games as everybody else, is Armstead, or probably more. And then, Aaron Rodgers is still 40. He's going to have to take some load management. You know, he gonna have to not play against Carolina Panthers. I'm not gonna play but a half of this game, so I don't know. The Jets defense obviously is scary, but I just think because of how old they are, I don't think it's gonna hold up for 17 games. So I think because we got a young nucleus, I think that'll help us out a lot.
Very positive, upbeat Oronde Gadsden.
Yeah,
Very excited to hear it.
You have to stay positive.